Friday was an historic day for Bellator MMA. After a long legal fight to get the sport legalized in France, Bellator announced they will become the first promoter to stage mixed martial arts there when it presents Bellator Paris on October 10th. Bellator also set to move over to CBS Sports Network after this weekend's Bellator 245. Here's a look at the upcoming calendar of events on CBS Sports Network. October 1st is when it joins CBS Sports Network with Bellator 247, DALEY versus Anderson, live from Milan, Italy at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then 9 days later, Bellator Paris, KONGO versus Johnson, and MVP versus Houston. And then October the 15th, Bellator 249, Cyborg versus Blencowe for the featherweight title in prime time at 9 p.m. Eastern. With more on what the future holds, here's our Brian Campbell with Scott Coker.
The man behind the Bellator MMA master plan. It is Bellator President Scott Coker. Scott, in some ways, it's a new era for the promotion here on the CBS Sports Network. Let's start right there. Thursday, October 1st, Bellator 247, hard-hitting Paul Daley in that main event. How big is this for Bellator's future?
I tell you, Brian, we're so excited here. It's going to be great to have a sports platform coming to CBS Sports Network with all the, the different platforms you guys have. I think we're going to do a lot of great work together, and I'll probably be seeing you a lot, Brian.
Not bad. Of course, you're at the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut right now. A loaded weekend with Bellator putting out two world-class fight cards, including tonight's Bellator 245 with Lyoto Machida and Phil Davis in that rematch in the main event. But, Scott, this wasn't the only history. As mentioned off the top, France had been a country that at least since 2016, no mixed martial arts allowed. You're not only going to be the first promotion to kick that door open, you've got a good card with a dual main event, Paris native and longtime heavyweight veteran Czech KONGO. Also, we've got MVP, the star welterweight Michael Venom Page against a fresh-faced, unbeaten fighter. How is this possible? How were you able to make this history happen?
You know, I'll tell you, there are so many people to thank, and one is a minister of sport, the country of France, the French Federation of Boxing, French Federation of Mixed Martial Arts. We have boots on the ground with Paolo Bacati there. And this was, like you said, about 3 years in the making. And I'd like to thank Viacom Government Affairs here in the U.S., as well as Viacom Government Affairs in France. It was a lobbying effort for the last 3 years that was, pretty tough. But we finally got it done. And when it came down to issuing the first license to promote the first event, they gave it to Bellator. So we're very thankful. And we're looking forward to October 10th, putting on a great show with Czech KONGO coming back to his home city and putting on a great show for all the MMA fans that have been starved there for such a long time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the photo ops of Czech and Scott Coker there on the Eiffel Tower, if we can make that work. But, Scott, when it comes to your new deal with the CBS Sports Network, the U.S. debut is going to come October 15th, and this is a good one, a Thursday night when Chris Cyborg, the women's MMA pioneer, and recently adding that Bellator women's featherweight title to her long decorated resume, going in there against a top opponent next in line, and Arlene Blencowe. Getting Cyborg's name and brand under the Bellator folder, big move for the company. What are you expecting in this fight?
I mean, this is going to be a rock'em sock'em fight. Arlene is no joke. She's tough. She's earned this title shot. And Cyborg is Cyborg. She's the greatest female fighter of all time, period. And to have her on a roster, we're very excited. And her and I have been friends for a long time. And she used to fight for me back in the day and, had her stand over there and came over here. And now she's in some tough fights, and she had a great fight against Julia Budd. And we're expecting fireworks on October 15th in our inaugural event for CBS Sports Network.
As we mentioned, Bellator 245 this evening at Mohegan. We got Phil Davis. We got Lyoto Machida Part 2. You're coming back Saturday evening, Bellator 246. Pretty good vacant bantamweight title fight you're putting together here. Scott, this could be the fight of the weekend.
This is the fight of the weekend. Let's face it. All the experts have, said, to me and in the public that this is the fight of this weekend to be the best quality, the best championship fight. And Archuleta has earned his way to this title, and it's going to be a great fight. And to me, I like both those kids, and I wish them both the best. And may the better man win. It's going to be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, Juan Archuleta taking out unbeaten Patchy Mix, who's had a string of exciting submission wins for Bellator. Hey, everything's coming up Bellator lately. Congratulations, Scott, on the move to CBS Sports Network and doing a great job within that bubble, keeping things safe. Best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you, and we'll see you October 1st.
All right, thanks, BC. Thanks, Scott. Great to have you on CBS Sports Network. Bellator making its debut on October the 1st. DALEY versus Anderson, live from Milan, Italy at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it is Bellator Paris. That's the big news Friday. KONGO versus Johnson, MVP versus Houston. And then on the 15th, Bellator 249. Cyborg versus Blencowe for the featherweight title in prime time at 9 p.m. Eastern.